Morning, trying to think of a dang pregame speech. And I said, why? Why do I need to come up with a pregame speech? Why not just tell them the same thing you've told them for 9 straight weeks and tell them that you love them and let them go freaking play? So that's what I'm going to do. I mean, you know what's at stake. You know what we're playing for. You know all those things. So do what I've told you all along. Defense, play to the details of your assignments. Offense, protect the football. Special teams, dominate. Play as hard as you can, play with class, and expect to win every snap. Just like you have for 9 weeks. Everything else will take care of itself. I told you the other day, every one of you guys will run through a damn wall for us. That's what you're going to do tonight, too. You're going to go out there. We're going to replace this trophy with a region championship trophy. Yeah! Hey, I love you. Hook them on 3. 1, 2, 3.
That's the end of the game. Final score, South Forsyth 35, Lambert 13. Thank you for coming out this evening.
And as we continue to progress, we hit a little lull where we kind of got in a bad place and had some seasons that were tough, playing really good competition, just a lot of factors that maybe may have led to that.
We were projected to go second to last in the region, just ahead of Central. You know, it sucked, like being with a program that went 0-10, didn't know how to win.
They had us 5th in the region, 4 and 6 finish at best. You know, and I think our guys, you know, they read into that. They read that stuff. I don't have to tell them.
When talking to other guys about our team, everyone's kind of just like, oh, you don't have any other Division I athletes, you're probably not going to be as good.
That everyone has a very bad mind for you. Like they all think you guys suck. You guys are small. You guys are white. Oh, you guys can't do anything.
And there were a lot of growing pains that I experienced the first year.
I took offense to it. You know, deep down, you know, I felt like to get respect, you got to earn respect, and I preach that to our guys too. If you want to be respected in our region, we gotta win the region.
I would say there was a lot of uncertainty with our team, but us
from the outside, but us as a whole from the inside, we knew what we had. We knew the coaches we had. We knew the players we had. We knew the athletes we had, and we knew what we had to do to get over that hump.
And I wasn't here at Lambert Football when they went 0-10, but I hear about it every single day.
We just went 1 week at a time. We were trying to go 1-0. It started with Seqouyah.
Getting out to a fast start is just like one of the most important things you can do in football, especially when you hit someone in the mouth. It shows them that it's gonna be a long day and that like they might not have expected what's about to come.
I want to see some fucking ass moving that baby, alright? I want to know my fucking picture ass. No! No fucking hands up!
And we'd go out there and score and go up 7-0. And every single time we did that, it kind of like took a stab in their heart.
Came out against Seqouyah, and we put it on them pretty good.
And so to go out there and play Seqouyah the way we did, and their ability to run the ball, and us just shut down the run for the entirety of the game, really gave us a lot of confidence going into the rest of the year.
Yes, sir. LA Chance, new head coach, baby. First win.
In terms of losing Coach Watson last year, it was a little bit abrupt. We didn't realize that we were going to be changing coaches again. We had just hired him and had 2 years with him here. We started to look at the opportunity moving forward and different coaches, and I had just an abundant amount of parents, students, players that all came to me and said, "We want Coach Beach. I want to play for Coach Beach."
I think coming in, we were electric about it.
Coach Beach coming in, we really wanted to have an in-staff hire because some of the guys have already said we didn't want to have our third head coach in 4 years.
Changing how we do things around here. It was great for the season. It was great for the players.
Well, the main reason I really transferred here was from Coach Beach. My old coach, Coach Thompson, was good friends with him, and he was the main reason I transferred in. When Coach Watson stepped down, it was kind of a big thing, and I was like, and I saw his success in Florida, and I saw his success at Tift County, so I was like, I want him to be our head coach.
I knew they wanted to keep the culture since it was working already, since we went from 0-10 to 5-5 to 7-4 with Coach Watson.
It was pretty important to us to have an in-staff hire, and we went out and talked to Coach Ferrer about it, and kind of said we wanted our guy, and he did that for us, and it was pretty important to us that we had a guy that has been there.
And we did a really great job in the off season once we got a staff established in coming together and talking about the things that we needed to improve upon so that we could really take that next step.
I was a head coach for 14 years, and I got to go and be at South Georgia with Coach Anders and then come up with Coach Watson. And you take a little bit from both of them, how they run their programs. Coach Watson came in, we came in together.
But we've always had great people leading our program. But when we came into this year, it just felt like there was something different. There was an energy, there was excitement from our kids, there was buy-in from the very beginning. And you just felt like it was going to be something different.
probably have the best running back room in the state. Bradley Gabriel and Tommy Morris running the back end with three sophomore corners. Cam Bland and those guys played phenomenal. Joe Tripp led our defense in tackles. He's a leader on that defense. It's like having Coach Hurd out there. And, you know, BJ and those guys on the outside. Having a guy like James Tyre back there, that when things break down, he's so dynamic and tough.
Gotta know this. My frustration is because when I walk out of here and I walk away from you, when I'm away from you, I'm telling people we're fucking good. I'm telling people that we're good because I know you're good. I know you're good. Alright? So yeah, I lose my mind a little bit. You're damn right. I lose my mind because I know what you can do. Alright? So we gotta be ready next week. We got a big week ahead of us. Big week. We need each other this week. We gotta go make that happen. You got me? Family on three. 1, 2, 3. Family.
Take this opportunity to recognize and welcome Lambert High School principal.
Just, we found out it was our homecoming, and I think that's what like started the fire in us. We're like, oh, we know what that means when your place is homecoming. It's the team you expect to beat.
We're confident, but it was going to be our first real test.
You know, we went into the game like we had nothing to lose. We wanted to prove everybody wrong.
We knew they had a big line. Their skilled players were fast, all big. Their QB was like 6'3". Everybody was above 6 foot.
You know, East Coweta just beat Lowndes, and this game was really a tone setter, you know, to send a message to those other teams.
And we went into that game like, we're gonna go win. Like, these kids aren't better than us. They might be bigger, but they're not better. And we went out there and punched them right in the mouth.
Get that to the ball! Get that the fucking hole! Yeah! Hey, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of everybody's effort staying in the game and making plays when you're called on. And man, that's a big thing. I told you, man, what you represent, Lambert and our region. People go, oh shit, right? So damn proud of this team. Yeah.
So damn proud of this team. God damn, so I can't say it enough. Hey, what the hell are them Longhorns?
And we've learned how to practice physical without going to the ground, but being live and those kind of things.
The Longhorns are the High Five Team of the Week after upsetting East Coweta and are now ranked in the top 10 in 7A. And they say that might stay that way even longer.
It's really personal because when we were freshmen, we actually went 0-10. And sophomore year, we switched it up. We brought in a new coaching staff, went 5-5. And then last year, 7-4. And then this year, we're really looking to, throw our hat in for the region. I mean, I see it. Everybody else believes it. He says it all the time. Expect to win.
It's quite.
Walking off that field after we beat that team, as the underdogs, no one thought we'd win. They all thought we'd get destroyed.
And it was big for us to pull out the win and find a way to win against East Coweta and on their homecoming as well.
We started off hot, like the past 2 seasons. We started 4-0, but we never really finished strong in region play. So I knew that we would start well, but I knew that once we hit region, if we could get going game by game, things would turn out great.
After we got that win against East Coweta, we knew we can beat anyone, anywhere. And I think we really proved how good we were this year.
The little details just kept getting better, kept improving, and that's really the key to it. We just kept getting better throughout the season. The defense that we run here is something that I learned from a man that I consider a mentor that I have the utmost respect and love for, and that's a legendary coach, Coach Randy McPherson. And he implemented this defense at Lowndes High School, and his final season there before he retired in 2019, we were statistically the #1 defense in the United States. An improvement from year 1 to year 2 was the fact that it was the first time that these seniors had actually had a defense that was the same for 2 years.
go. 7-0, man. What can I say? Let's go.
Yeah, I feel like, bouncing back is something that we've done a lot this season, pushing through adversity. At the Denmark game, we were down at half. That was the first game we'd been down at half.
Let's go block this, Harry.
That's holding. We got a 2v1.
You're a fucking double team. You fucking still catching the ball. Down on the play.
And beginning of the second half, we drove down all the way, down to the 2-yard line. And I think the entire stadium knew it was coming. We were going to do a QB sneak.
Yes, sir, James.
We scored, and that changed the tide of the game for us. And
It's a hole. Come on.
Round of applause.
Yeah, so when I went to the tent, they did all these knee tests, but I heard they were at the goal line, and I told them to stop. I needed to see this.
Nice stop by the defensive line.
Let's go.
Our defense puts up one of the greatest goal-line stands I've ever seen.
T. Hall did an amazing job filling in my shoes in that situation. I think linebackers filled their hole, and it was just the hypest moment all season.
Every Monday, we would do something called 5 plays, 5 yards, or 4 plays, 5 yards. It's our goal line period on practice. So we knew what we could do. We do it every week. We just had to do what we do at practice.
Good, Drake.
I think the new offensive line coach, Coach Cronenberg, he honestly changed our whole offensive line. He taught us great technique, gave us great mindset. It was just, I think, is the best thing that's ever happened to the offensive line.
We were, the improvement from each week is just kind of, how much film time they put in. And I think we used, our staff used our time wisely. And when I say that, how we run first period, second period weights and film and those kind of things. And we used our time with our kids to get them prepared.
It's the little things that make the big picture happen, in my opinion. And, that's really what I try to sell to them all year, and watching film and being able to be coached. It's been my opinion and my observation that in today's society, a lot of players don't really want to get coached. They don't really want to know the truth. And, it kind of goes back to what Coach Saban says. I mean, I'm paraphrasing, but, good players want to be left alone. They don't want to be corrected. And great players, they want to know things. They want to know how to get better. And outstanding players, they want to know every little thing. They want to be called out. It doesn't bother them. Another famous thing or another good quote by Nick Saban that I read to recently, because I've been labeled as intense, is that passion always comes off as aggression to the unmotivated. When you're motivated and a coach comes down on you, that's just a part of it. My definition of being coachable is the understanding that you do not know everything, that you are going to make mistakes. And this is the most coachable group of young men I've ever been a part of in my life. They come every day like a blue-collar worker with their rusty lunch pail, and they're ready to get after and trade some paint.
They kicked our ass last year, my freshman year, and knowing that we needed our revenge game.
It's always been like a rivalry that you wanted to win, and this is our last year. We haven't beaten them before in about 6 years, so we just wanted to get this one.
It was our rival. We wasn't going to lose to them for the 5th time in a row.
What a great effort. Student body. That's the best I've seen, man. Hell yeah.
Ending the South rivalry losing streak was definitely a big win for us in the program. Yeah, South, that was a big one. They had no respect for us, and you know, I love that. I love when people doubt us, and we proved them wrong. We popped them right in the mouth, and they're gonna remember that for the rest of their lives. I'll tell you that. Losing Lambert.
Beaten South for the first time in 6 years, and it wasn't even close. Like, we completely dominated them in that game. So that was just an awesome moment to go through with the team and just really just take over the rivalry.
Felt great. Felt great to be our rival school. You know, they didn't want nothing with us.
So, a big game next week against Milton. Region championship on the line. What's going to be the message all week during practice for yourself and your teammates?
don't be satisfied. We want that region championship, and we want to go to state, win it all.
There it is. It's Sports Radio 929 The Game. It's the Friday Night High School Scoreboard Show from Lambert High School. The finals 31-13. Next week, the Milton team comes to town. We'll see who comes home to this region heading into the state playoffs. Eric Slaughter, Ethan Terry, the James Tyre, head coach Mark Beach. We appreciate everybody. Sports Radio 929 The Game.
We had a lot of parents and Booster Club and just folks that really put a lot of time into this group over the years, even when they could have easily checked out when it was, things weren't going great. These people still bought in and believed and got behind this program and really led it to where it is.
Now, coming up over the last few years, getting more wins and more wins, the community has started to grow together, and this year we finally broke out, and this year the community was awesome, the student section was awesome. It really felt like we had everyone supporting us throughout this whole year.
It was great. It was, Friday night, students come out, student section was lit as always.
And the community really supported us throughout the whole process, every week showing out. Even the East Coweta game, 2 hours, a ton of parents showed up, and we still had that energy that was there at those home games.
Everybody looks in our paper and they see 9-0 and they're like, wow, this Lambert team, it's something.
Just turning around and seeing the whole stands going crazy.
Actually, one of my teachers came up to me and they thanked me for, how much the team brought back school spirit.
With more and more people there, it just builds our energy, builds our confidence, just shows we're building something special and doing great.
I tell the kids all the time, there's not one kid that did it. There's not a coach. I didn't do this. Everybody has a hand in it. Administration, the parents, all the players, whether they're the scout team player or the starter, got us to where we were, and the belief in what I, expect to win.
That's what you're going to do tonight, too. You're going to go out there, we're going to replace this trophy with a region championship trophy. Yeah! Hey, I love you. Hook 'em on 3. 1, 2, 3.
I think Coach Beach's mindset, expect to win. He really pushed that, and he kept saying that he wanted to play the region championship and right here versus Milton, and that really motivated us. And Coach Mateer and pushing us in the weight room every day, our seniors leading us every day motivated us, and just the great environment we have really motivated all of us.
Going into the Milton game, you can try and act like it's just another game, but undefeated season, region championship on the line, we knew it was going to be packed, so we just tried to focus on the game plan and kind of eliminate all the outside noises.
I remember going into the Milton week, I had a bunch of my Milton friends telling me that I got my money on LeBron every time on a route. So I was just like, all right, we'll see Friday. And
We'll go to the winner of this game. First quarter scoreless, high snap to Milton quarterback Luke Nickel. He gets rid of it to Mark Essley, and he breaks a tackle, gets some help there downfield by his friend. 65-yard in the third quarter, Luke Nickel threading the needle. Check out this grab by DeBron Gatling, mossing his defender. The Eagles take the 21-14 lead, and they win it 31-21, and they get the region title.
Let's get back. We're up and up.
game a little bit, but overall, I thought we played very well. They had a good team. They were a little bit bigger, maybe a little more physical that night, and that was it. But I think it definitely hurt because I wanted these kids to go undefeated. It's never been done in our county, never been done at the school, obviously.
And I told them the first day of we met on Sunday before the Forsyth Central. Imagine being undefeated 9-0 with a chance to play Milton, and that's what we gave ourselves a chance to do. And that's all I can ask of them.
Going in the Milton game, we thought we had them. It didn't come out how we seemed, but I think winning those 9 previous games that made that Milton loss really hurt, and I think that's something that really stuck with us. Because none of us, that was our first loss all year. None of us wanted to experience that again. So going in the playoffs, we were trying to make a run at it, and none of us wanted to end up going home like the other teams when we were being sent home that day.
Yeah, that took one right to the heart after that game. I was pretty down after that because we were 9-0, region championship, and we took the loss. But I got back, got up the next day, went to practice, and got ready for the next game.
What made the difference in this football team? I said, because they believe they can win at everything they do. You better believe you can pass a test. You better believe you can get the best with the girl. You better believe everything that you want. You better have that mentality for the rest of your life. You better expect to win. That's half the battle. All right, hey, it's raining. Let's get out of here. Make sure everybody gets home.
Different ball game. There was just things that happened that didn't go our way. The kids, a lot of them were hurt, but the reality was we're going into the playoffs. They understood that it was a new season. They were talking about that amongst themselves after the game. We're 0-0.
But I mean, just like a win, you just got to put it behind us and move to the next week. It's a fresh week. I mean, everyone was 0-0 in the playoffs. We knew what we had to do to beat Wheeler and to get to the second round for something that Lambert had not done in 6 years.
I think the main thing we knew was that there's no tomorrow, especially for our seniors. We knew, give it your all, try your best, because you know that if you lose, season's over, and for most of the seniors, that's the last time you're playing football.
We had hosted before in 2017. We won the region that year and hosted, and we beat Central Gwinnett. Second round, we lost to North Cobb over here. But so for us to be able to host the game here, it'd been a long time since we've been able to do that.
The community had been there all year, and we wanted to give them a show and give them a run for our money.
I feel like the Wheeler game was the most important to us, getting that first playoff win in 6 years, and just the way we did it too, at home in front of our fans Saturday night.
I mean, we showed up and we took care of business that week.
Well, I felt like we were disrespected because North Gwinnett, they had, horns down on their social media, stuff like that, and they thought we were just another Lambert team that just wasn't that good.
Oh, the first 3 minutes, probably the worst we've ever played.
Yeah, it was a rough start. A lot of things bounced their way. I mean, like you said, they snapped the ball over their quarterback's head. It bounced back to him. He grabs it, picks it up, and goes 30 yards to the house. We were slipping on their turf too. We weren't really used to the turf, and we fumbled, and certain things happened that it just put us in a hole.
I mean, 4 minutes into the game, we were down 16-0. I mean, it's as bad as they can go for any team. But then Coach Beach huddles us up, and it was just time to figure out what we're made of. If we were going to lay down and quit, or we were going to continue to fight back.
We got to make a play. Somebody's got to make a play. Relax.
Cool down, relax, y'all are fine, and just play the game. And then that's when it clicked.
But no, there was no panic. There was no flinch. I've never seen anything like that. To be down 16-0 and then go into halftime 24-21. They did have a package where they would bring in two really big dominant fullbacks, and they would bring in their Division I commit to Ohio State, 6'2", 320-pound defensive tackle that would come in and play running back. And as I watched all the films on that particular formation, I did not see anybody that could just totally stop it.
We just could stop 400 pounds, basically.
Oh, what? Yeah, they're juicing it.
I had to settle in a little bit, and once we started playing our game, things started clicking, and we started coming back, and we fell short, but we fought our ass off. So.
I mean, we've been grinding through this for a long time. Some of these guys since middle school and even before that. We came to high school and we just came into a 0-10 program. So I mean, it's just continue to fight with them. It meant the world to play with them. I'm just gonna remember like the resiliency of this team, how hard we fought for everything. We were undersized all year, and we just continued to fight. And I'll just remember how tough and hard we worked.
You know, just the people I was with, you know, I've known Jack since 6th grade, and just the opportunity to be able to experience that with him, and the senior dinners, the senior trips, like the whole experience was something special that I'll never forget.
I think the most memorable moment for me was when we had our senior bonding in the summer. We went down to Seqouyah River, and we went whitewater rafting as all the seniors did, and I think that really like brought us together. And I think it was just a blast, and I'll remember that moment for my whole life.
You know, playing with this team, I wouldn't want to trade any player for anybody. I don't care what anybody says, because I love each and every one of them.
It's such a fun game being able to play with these guys that I've been friends with since I was 5 or 6.
Yeah, so I mean, this year was awesome because like a lot of my teammates, I've been playing with them since 1st, 2nd, 3rd grade. And just to come in and be like a record-setting team, reaching new heights for the program, it was just awesome to be that group.
There's no words to describe the feeling of how it felt to do what we did from where we were our freshman year to all the doubters in the school, all the doubters in the region and the county. To do what we did, I mean, it's memories for a lifetime. It's awesome.
But it's just like, it's the proven fact of just like working hard and just you work in silence. People are gonna doubt you, and that is what it is. But I think that's what builds the fire.
Playing with my teammates, it means everything to me. Like I played with most of these guys for years, maybe even longer. But it means everything to go out there and win for these guys, like practice with them every day, spend like 4 hours a day together. Like it just means everything to me, and I'm gonna miss it a whole ton.
These are my kids. No, they're not my children. But being a father and knowing how that feels, they are that for me.
There's more to the 10-2 record. You know, and the relationships. It's funny, I got a text message today from a kid who played for me at Tip, and he's graduating, wanted to send me a graduation announcement so I could be there to support him. And those are the things that, to me, mean more. When kids reach out to you outside of football and you develop that relationship.
No, we for sure overachieved. I don't think anyone, if you could ask anyone if you believed we were gonna go 9-1 in the regular season, they would have called you crazy.
Because we were always looked down on. We were never supposed to go 9-1. We were never supposed to make the playoffs.
They stepped up and did what most people didn't think they were going to do, besides the 72 guys we had on the roster. The thing that stuck with me, or that will stick with me the most, is being down 16. And could have easily folded, and they didn't. And we put ourselves in a position to win. That says a lot about that football team.
Look, last time, 1, 2, 3. No, but I'm just saying, the way the guys play is what we do. Like we train, so this is it right here. This is what we talked about going into halftime.
First thing, don't flinch. We were down 16-0, the guys didn't flinch. So we come out on the field, man, we put this hammer down, and we basically telling the opponent, you may beat us, but it ain't gonna be because we lay down. You're gonna have to work for it.
Yeah.
So that's why we carried it around. So we good, man. We'll be back. Trust me, we'll be back. We train too hard, man. We'll be back. We'll be back.
I tell you, I'm so proud of y'all, the coaches, the families, the players, this community, this school, this administration. We love y'all, and y'all have really set a new standard for this program.
Yeah, definitely the loss of all the seniors will hurt, but we still got 3 really good running backs, and all the coaches are coming back. So I think we'll have a great season in the next 2 years.
It's a great environment. I love playing with my teammates. I got Cam, I got Terry, I got Christian. I got JD up front, making huge holes, putting people on their back.
It was a blessing and it was an honor to get one last ride with my seniors, and knowing next year going into my junior season that we need to keep up the same intensity.
Since I was little, I was always underdog. So it feels weird when you finally show somebody that you're 10-2 and people is now looking up at Lambert. People are clowning at me when I said, hey, we're going 10-0 my senior season. We're winning the playoff. They're clowning me. They're like, no, you're going 4-6. They're going 3-7. So it feels a lot different now because now people know that how good Lambert is. The people who said, I'm going 3-7, 4-6, going under 500, you could suck my respectfully. Thank you.